We're live. It's Sam and Michael. We are thinking about website one, much as I would like to completely automate myself out of existence, or at least out of tedious admin work with the Slack bot. I have too many tabs open. What else is new? There.
So I did notice you got some tests into async Slack bot.
Yeah. Although I'm not awfully happy with them.
I didn't quite understand certain aspects of them, like why you had certain variables declared the way you did. But
yeah, I responded to your comments in the pull request explaining what was going on there.
okay.
But yeah, I'm thinking focusing on website one.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Indeed. If only Alexa could just sort of make it all work for us. It's interesting. I've got in my mind this idea of, like I want to, we've got somebody who wants to pay us money, and so it's good to make that possible. Like one temptation is to work on it. To the extent that we're set up here with website one, like if we were working full time with a team who was full time every day, it would be an absolute no-brainer that it's sensible to review tickets before we move forward. I guess in particular, Matt was sort of how to reload the the delete user method. Can I answer his question there and say, Matt, there is a with deleted method that allows us to reload it. See the README for the gem.
It's like user.with deleted, right?
Right.
That lets you
Matt, biggest priority here, I would say, is moving the functionality into the edit screen. I think we want to have it. I was asking, can you do that? Can you do that? There we go. This is for letting people kind of like shut down their account, and it's currently in the just like in the user profile section. And I think it makes, we've got like a sort of pattern in the site of most of, we've got this edit thing. I mean, the set status is outside, but doing things like removing your connections is all kind of here. It seems kind of crazy to me to have the deactivate your account kind of in here as well. So I'm kind of pushing back on that pull request and requesting for that to happen, because I don't want a lot of people accidentally deactivating it and then it's a sort of anyway. So that's that. So this one here now, Raul has said. So I think this is ready to go. Raul said he's really busy. We've got like a pretty trivial thing. I think that can be merged in. This was just this thing to add premium to the title list. And we pointed out that I guess when people sign up to Premium Plus, they'll get Premium on there. But that whole thing needs sorting out. And the number of people signing up to Premium. I mean, if suddenly hundreds of people start signing up to Premium Plus and they've got Premium twice on their account, it's like I couldn't care less, because I want 100 people signing up for Premium Plus. So I think I've justified myself in just merging this one. So we'll get that out of the way.
well, then you'll have to go through and do all that cleaning up.
Yeah, but I can write a script to do that, and I'll have like enough money to not worry about feeding my kids. So while I'm busy receiving the money for it, it'll be fine. So that can be updated there. All right. So we've got the delete count functionality from Matt, and then this add last updated at to projects. So this one, oh goodness. So this one is about, Matt has sort of sliced off part of the bigger, making the projects visible. Almost one of the most exciting things yesterday was what I was just showing in the Scrum about how project scope is evolving and could be, like guiding people into like where stuff is going on with what projects. I'm not sure with this one. so this is now we've added to the projects column a last update at. Should we mention that this is from GitHub, not a local thing? There. Yeah, he needs. And we've got. Right, and he's saying this is, it fixes 134.2, what? Yeah, okay. So 1430 is the issue, and the issue is being able to sort. Okay, so to say, Matt, this is only a piece of 134 there, and doesn't actually close that. It's which requires the front end UX as well. I don't want to merge in stuff in preparation for user stories / acceptance tests. Let's drive from the acceptance test if possible. Okay, so that's got some comments and thoughts on each of these things. See, I mean, what's frustrating here is I love is that it was clear that Sasha, or it's clear now that Sasha wasn't going to be extending on this, and I would much rather have had Matt spend his cycles finishing up this one than opening these two new ones. And now he's probably going to go back to Redeemify, and we end up with 3 open things with what we're doing. But I guess there's just no way around that. But like people are just busy. Like if Sasha was you know, I don't know what mechanism we can have that allows people to hand off stuff that they're not going to work on, because they're sort of they're like, oh well, maybe I will work on it, and so people are kind of thinking, they're almost like reluctant to hand stuff off. Do you know what I mean? Because they think, oh yeah, no, I'll do it. Oh, actually, no, it turned out to be too busy, and someone else could have been working on it. I don't know if we need some sort of culture where it's clearer that the emphasis should be on handing it off and kind of letting other people get on and do it, and then starting a new one. I don't know. I think there's no way around that. I want to take a layer off because I'm getting too hot. Okay. Oh, I've got to take 2 layers off. Blast. Okay. So go on.
You want to do PayPal integration?
Yeah, and I'm following this method. Go on.
It's PayPal to let people sponsor other people.
Yeah, well, I think we need to start off just sort of by looking at the problem, and I guess follow my own guideline here. I'm just going to look on the in progress. This is one. He's got this pull request. I mean, he's got that there, and asking us to kind of check it. This is an Epic. This is the unfinished thing here. Epic Premium Membership Live Events should be a first-class citizen. That's now. We've got a closed pull request. Okay, he's closed it because he's planning to work on it again. Okay, all right. So we've got these things. Yeah, all those things. So we've got. We'll look at PayPal. We've got. Okay, we've got a bug related to how the PayPal was being, and it looks like we don't have any other mention of PayPal there. So we've got 2 issues, which are like. Integrates PayPal payment more cleanly. I can't even remember where the PayPal endpoint is. What do we have? Did I even do a PayPal endpoint, or what did I do? Yeah, although that was an attempt to do it, which like doesn't work. So let's. It doesn't. That was like we tried to.
I know we did it on.
Is it on the chart? Oh no! What is it? We didn't even integrate into the site at all, did we? We've just got like a PayPal endpoint that you can go to on PayPal, isn't there?
Or
was it a static something or other?
I'm trying to remember now. I feel like we had something where we actually had both charge options exposed to people. It was one of the
I think we were experimenting with that, and then maybe we didn't.
Not seeing on the live site. I mean, there must be somewhere in the repo. Let me see.
I wonder if there is. I mean, we created that button, didn't we?
Yes.
And we were.
You had someone sign up with it, right?
Yeah, we've had 2 people sign up with it. Yeah. And we were experimenting with sticking the button in here. Did we end up not doing that? And
I think we did. I think we. Well,
I know we were certainly kind of like having a go with it, and like we were fiddling around with the buttons, and we were kind of saying, "Oh, that looks ugly," and so on. Let's see, where have we got PayPal anywhere in the? We've got a PayPal feature. That'll be the place to start with. Oh, to charges / PayPal. We've got an endpoint.
right.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
So we have a charges controller with a PayPal endpoint. But let's see.
Right. So here, we've got the current endpoint. So we've got it's currently PayPal has its own endpoint.
Yeah, I guess we never. Yeah.
Only for premium. It would be nice if the option of PayPal was
So we just have
visible on
charges PayPal. You have to know the URL.
Right.
And I think we were looking at a way to just expose both options, but we weren't quite.
Yeah, it ended up being like, oh, this kind of looks ugly, and we'll just get something out and validate that somebody will actually pay with PayPal and the payment will work before we try and integrate.
Right.
And so sponsorship.
So it was more the statics.
Yeah. So as a concerned citizen, the PayPal account, so that I can sponsor others for premium, I would like to be able to.
I've read in the news that Stripe is now valued at so many billions.
Right. Well, hopefully they can give some of that to us, and that will be helpful. I mean, actually, I should be asking them for. I should be asking them for. Yeah, that's right. I should ask Stripe for. I'm trying to contact.
They're now valued at $9 billion.
Right. Well, they could give us like $1 billion of that, and they would still be worth a lot, wouldn't it?
They're officially a unicorn.
Go on. No, just babbling.
What?
Go on. I'm just babbling.
I said they're officially a unicorn now.
Okay.
You know, the unicorn startups.
Right. No. I can infer. So we've got.
But I think they haven't actually gone public. It's just that people have inferred that someone gave them a certain amount for some stake, and therefore the whole company is now valued at $9 billion.
Yeah. So we're in this situation here where it's interesting, isn't it? We're in this situation here where we've got that.
So where is the endpoint for the sponsorship? Let's say.
Well, the endpoint of the sponsorship is kind of on the page for the individual user.
For the individual user, right? Let's go to member. Let's say I go to your page. It's going to say sponsor for premium. I click that. I could make you a premium member.
You could.
Should be kind of stupid, but
indeed.
So It's right now. It's just going for, you know. Let's see. What does it say when you look at me?
It'll probably say upgrade to professional develop. No, what's it called? To Premium Plus. I would have said.
Can you click on it and see?
Are you? I will.
I'm somewhere like in the top of the users. You can just click.
Yeah, but if I just
users.
remember, so I'll find you there. Here you go. So it says upgrade to Premium Plus. Now, if I click this, it will just do it.
It will.
Yeah, this is. I mean, this is a separate issue that we've got. That kind of. Yeah, if we just click this, because this doesn't even. Like well, I'm not actually here, or I'm not even sure, because it's interesting because you've got to. No, I think what it will do is it will end up
Upgrading you to.
No, I think it'll upgrade you to Premium Plus.
What?
I think so, and it'll do it because I think what will happen here, like in this case. It's just upgrade, and and then there's actually a sort of a bug there in that I can upgrade to Premium Plus, but it'll use your credit card to charge you for it.
Really?
Conceivably, or it might just break. I mean, it's
click it. See what it says. I think it doesn't. I think it's going to ask you to.
It's something went wrong. Yeah. See, this is the situation where I would like to see. Oh God, what is it called? I would really like to see air brake, like telling us something. Like, isn't that what it's for? But anyway,
I mean, maybe what we should do in a separate issue is just patch it so that if you're not the user and the user is not a basic member, then just don't show anything there.
Yeah, I mean, what it should be saying there, ideally, I think, is it should say, you know, sponsor
like, for premium or whatever the next tier.
Yeah, and I mean, it's ended up having here. I don't know. I mean, it's obviously had a problem. So we've got a separate. There's so much to do here. Anyway, so that was in upgrade. So then we've got. I'll just have that as an issue in here. Issues, new issue. Okay. This is existing premium users can be upgraded by anyone, but that leads failure.
And if I click upgrade to Premium Plus on myself, is it just going to automatically do it? Doesn't it pop up the...
No, it doesn't, because the credit card is already entered. That's this thing. Like this button that we've got here is, and this is another, like the button that we've got here is, this is just our button, right? So if we look at the upgrade, I mean, and also the place where it had the error. So what am I looking at the right thing here? Charges controller. Can I just close everything in this one? Close all in group. Let's see there. So in upgrade, I mean, the place where that ran into trouble there for you was undefined. Oh, for the love of undefined method identifier for nil class on user RB. So it's coming in on line 16 there, and it was trying to get there.
The current user, which was you,
which was me, and I don't have a Stripe customer ID.
So it was no.
So I think so this is just it was trying to upgrade me. So I mean, but basically we added the sponsor thing, and the upgrade thing just doesn't fit in with that at all. So that's like a separate. That's like a separate issue. I mean, there's like a whole. I guess I'm conflicted partly in that, like, one, we arguably before we try and put more things in here, we should be refactoring the charges controller so that it's you know.
Plus, I mean, also this button is kind of dangerous in that like if I clicked this button, it would just charge me £100 a month, right?
Yes. I mean, it kind of, you know, there's a there's an argument there for it saying, you know, are you sure? And then also an ability to, like, you know, like it should, like when you buy a video on Amazon, I don't know if you buy a video and it says, like, you know, bought by mistake, you know, cancel.
Yeah,
no, totally.
at least also have like a thing that says, you know, are you really sure you want to do this?
Right. Well, although Raskin, the UI god, suggests that rather than having "are you should really sure to do this," is that you know, rather than putting that in, which people kind of tend to like, they just click through anyway, is you should have a, you know, did you want to have done that, and support undo, which is, he argues, is a much better UX experience.
I think that's what Amazon does.
Mm.
I'm not sure that that's. For a while, they didn't do that, and they didn't do anything, and it was kind of annoying.
And
And it was
now
like,
they have undo.
Yeah,
And it's much better. I guess I mean, there's lots of issues here, and I guess the question is, you know, what's the way in? I mean, we've got somebody who wants to give us some money, so there's arguably, if we want to, you know, make progress, we want to like focus on supporting them, giving us money. I guess I have done that in the past in sort of delivering the PayPal endpoint. I guess the particular thing as regards PayPal. So PayPal here as a sort of an additional endpoint on charges controller kind of makes no sense. We found it difficult to find it. What's not clear to me is if we go back to the idea of just people wanting to, you know, do the sponsoring. So that if I go to, like, say there's like some new people who've just joined who are
so explain.
Hold on, just hold on. Like the challenge for me is seeing how we could even have, you know, like if we have this sponsor thing, like I guess it would have to take us to another page that would show both the PayPal and the premium options. Sorry, what did you want to say?
Yeah, but the issue that I have, the question is, do we want to actually? Is this person want to sponsor someone for premium?
Yes, he does. There is a person who
Specific person.
He wants to sponsor like several his co-workers.
Okay.
And he's a premium member, and he wants to sponsor like several co-workers for premium, like for like 3 months or so, like as a kind of Christmas gift. And you know, that sounds great to me. And you know, then of course at the end of 3 months they may. I mean, the more subtle thing is maybe that we want.
And he's already signed up for his own premium through.
He's already signed up for them. He's got premium himself. Yes.
Like through PayPal. That's why he wants it through PayPal.
Right, and then so I think he doesn't have a credit card, or has like, you know, doesn't like credit cards or whatever it is.
Okay. So yeah, we'd have to have basically just it go to another page or JavaScripty, but that's overkill for our needs. If we just have it go to another page and present the options for paying.
I mean, we sort of, and I guess we sort of want that for. I mean, we've got one setup here is there's a sponsor for premium. Then we've got the actual. I know Kevin. What that name sounds familiar. There's probably a lot of people called Kevin Brewer. Anyway, we also have. But like if we on charges new at the moment, there's kind of like sign me up for premium. I guess we hesitated on the putting the thing on the because just the two buttons looked, they're so different. I mean, I guess it's not the end of the world, is it? I mean, these pages here, like this is the thing that actually pops up that.
I mean, what is Stripe's Stripe? Stripe doesn't have a. Well, what does Stripe's button look like? It's just that blue thing, right?
This blue one, yeah. I mean, I think what we were talking about before was, you know, we're on this page, you know, this could say sign me up with a credit card, and then there was the other one for the PayPal button, which was, you know, whatever.
I mean, the thing that I would suggest is whatever we do, right? It's just clear to people what the payment options are.
Oh,
right?
Totally. Yeah.
That regardless that, I mean, and that could just be provided by some simple text above the button that says PayPal, you know,
sure,
and Stripe, so that people know, like when they're clicking it, what it is.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, they could just be like two kind of wells that like say that, and then, I mean, the button that we have for PayPal only in terms of the button text.
Yellow. It doesn't support the right text, right?
it basically only we can have it say subscribe or buy now.
We can't have it say arbitrary text.
No. So yeah, I mean, maybe the design on here should be that we have, yeah, like, you know, can I not do that? But you know, we have an area here, and both of the buttons say subscribe because there's subscriptions, and there's one area there, and like you say, it says like, you know, pay by credit card, and then we have another area here, and it says, you know, pay by PayPal, and that's, you know.
Actually, we want to do it for this.
The sponsor. Well, so I mean, I think
is that the same charge? Or where does that go to?
So the sponsorship does. We've got a slightly different location. I guess what it kind of. I guess if we're going to support that, what it makes sense is to have like this kind of page be like, rather than having the button appear like on this page and pop up like this, right? Which is it's kind of cute, but actually sponsor for premium should maybe take you to a page like this that tells you a bit more about it and like reminds you of the amount, right? And then you can see the payment options there. So it's kind of, you know, and so really, I guess I'm thinking is it should be, you know, we should have the subscription. What this endpoint should be here is this should be subscriptions new, and it kind of defaults to premium. And then buying a subscription, you've got the option to buy it on behalf of someone else. And so when you land on this page, it will say, you know, you are buying this subscription for this user, and people can kind of like check, yeah, okay, right, I've got to this page.
It could be in the route, right? It could be like subscription.
Yeah, I guess it could even be things as like this. It could be
like a nested route, right?
It could.
And then like what it would do is the text on the page would be slightly different if you were the current, you know, if that was you.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, I wonder also,
like buy it for yourself or
I guess probably this should be but we could also have it so it was like this, right?
Yeah.
We extract this kind of.
That's actually a lot of different things all in one, but
it is. I mean, I think it's probably best not to try and do them all at the same time. And I think we might, like, this might be a situation where we would like to get to in the long run. I'm having second thoughts about that one. That one sort of makes more sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think a nested route with the users and the work, and then that would that would basically. How do they sign up for? I guess they can't really. How do they sign up for the other plans?
The other plans are just at the moment it's just being, so we've got like charges, and then we've got like plan premium mod, and it just takes you to a slightly different template that then has a click on through to the right thing. I guess we've also got, as I think about it, we've got another issue which is like PayPal payments don't update on the server.
I think if we just work on that,
we
could get to a place to support what you're saying.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. We'll have a sub epic from the other epic. But so I guess if we look,
it's also important to PayPal hookup.
Yeah.
There is a way to do that in the button to just pass the URL back.
There's some kind of like.
There's a mechanism to pass the URL back, so it says.
Yeah. I think I saw it. It's like customize advanced features. Yeah, take customers to this URL when they cancel their checkout. Take customers to this URL when they finish their checkout. I guess what I'm. Yeah, and I like this. We may require them to be logged in or what have you. It feels like the way into this is to start with this 1435. Is to kind of like put the adjust this page so that we have a sort of a landing page for doing premium where you can pay with whichever method, and then we can build on top of that and say, right, now you can sponsor. Now for sponsorship you go to that area. I think that kind of that's maybe makes sense. And so I guess here, following my own logic, I should be doing channel new async vote on, and this is integrates PayPal payments more cleanly, and then I need to like grab the like extra things because I can't use the bot because it's being used by one of the other channels. So
get support for one vote per channel.
Yeah, we definitely want that. I feel like 152 people in website one. Anyway, that's all. At least
just just send you to vote.
Yeah.
What are you voting?
I don't know. I haven't worked it out yet.
Do I get a sticker for voting?
I would like you to have whatever you want to have. Okay. So it seems like we might not unreasonably I think I did it up, so just git pull, we'll pull that out. So I haven't. I hate that. Origin. Cool. Okay, so then git checkout minus B. We are saying this ticket is 1435. 1435 cleaner PayPal integration. I mean, probably a forlorn hope, but also have this. If everybody like, I don't know, maybe there are like tens of people who like saw the thing and credit card, I don't bother. But if they saw the PayPal, they might have signed up. I don't know. That's probably not true. But anyway, so the way in should really be something from the from a feature where at the moment we've got premium, we've got our PayPal feature, and we've got our charge activity feature, which I think is misnamed. It really shouldn't be called charge activity. I wonder if it's sensible to start with a new file here. So this is, it's basically subscribe to premium. Is the feature. It's subscribe self to premium. So the feature here, and then it is that we have, that's the title there. So subscribe self to premium. So as a developer, so that I can get recurring support It's a professional development support and code review. I would like to take out a premium subscription. I think we have another vote, don't we? So one date. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Add. Okay. And okay.
Unanimity.
Indeed. So size 2, and that should now exist in the in progress column, and it does. So, and I feel that's too small. As a developer, so that I can get recurring professional development support and code review, I would like to take out a premium an AV premium subscription. So then we've got a scenario which is pay by card, and we've got another scenario which is pay by PayPal.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the high level thing is kind of given, and how have we done it? In the charge activity, we've ended up, we're just visiting the endpoint. And I think almost here, given I visit, I think we can actually, it's like subscriptions new, right? Split this screen here. Split vertically, and I want, it's anything twice. It is, there's the PayPal feature, and then there is the charge activity feature. Put those both over there. Come on, thank you. Okay, so, and what is I should? It's cluttered up by what I should and shouldn't see. And I click. So then we've got, I guess, in the interface we've got, and maybe they should both say subscribe, right? And we say within. We just like do. This would be Stripe, or we could just do this within card. Given so then it should just be when I fill in the appropriate card details for premium. Yeah, and so these are, I mean, we've got the thanks unit, we should see thanks unit. I guess we've also got this step here, which is like, you know, and my member page should show premium details.
Mm.
I mean, this, at the level of abstraction there. That's hilarious. I mean, I guess this bit, it almost feels like a little bit too low level, but maybe okay for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I guess these are all because we've got them with double quotes. Right. Why is that one? The user should receive. I've lowercased it. It's irritating. Okay, but so and then, so the second scenario is similar, and this should be, we just change it to
PayPal.
PayPal.
But there's nothing more than that, right?
And that's basically it. And I guess that's almost like, it's like we should turn it into a scenario outline.
Well, you're not going to fill in appropriate card details for PayPal, right?
No, that's true. I guess we've got the thing there with that. That actually takes us to an external site, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so we've got this issue of there was like, you know, it's really annoying. Like there's the capybara, yeah, and then like for some reason it's like really difficult to check. Like what you want to check is, has it redirected to the right place? And then for some reason, the capybara people are like, no, that's evil. You shouldn't be checking that. It's not a part of the user experience that they're going to a particular URL. And like, oh, come on. Anyway, so we'll put in there. So here they just click subscribe, and it's like then. So actually here it's like then I should kind of be redirected to PayPal's payment screens, like so. And the user should receive it, and that should receive the and there. Yeah. Okay. I think this is a not unreasonable description of the high level, right?
Right.
But so if we features, no, it's not support. No, it is in the premium, and then subscribe self to premium. Okay. So that should give us lots of little things to do. Okay. Yeah. I would have thought that the within thing was already supported. I'm surprised about that. Yeah, so we've got a couple of things there. Those two, they should go into. So what we've got is is it premium steps, or I call them charge steps? They're called charge steps. I'm just going to create one here called premium steps. File. Charge steps. No, what am I even doing? Good God. Premium steps dot RB. Okay. So let's have those in there. Obviously premium things. And then we've got this annoying thing that there's a capitalization issue that I'm being irritated by about here, that it says the user and the user, where I feel that this should be a lowercase t. I hate that. And then so everything else, these should be, can I change in file anyway? And the user. It takes a while to run the whole. I guess what I'll just do there is run the set of premium features. Break in some other places and let's just see. Get on in the background. Okay. So then, and I click subscribe within. I thought we had some, maybe the within.
I think there's there's definitely a capybara method to do that. But.
Yeah. I guess we don't have a, so I guess it, so we've got the, I click, like, so where does,
there's a method when I click Ruby within the sidebar. There's a step like that. Let's go to implementation. Without the quotes. Yeah, do it without the quotes, and then say.
I've got an example here of this has got like
533 contains search steps.
533. Okay. I'm not following you.
Well, maybe what you're looking at is different within selector. Line 33 in
line 33 in which file?
There's a step file called contained search steps.
Oh, right. Yeah, then something within the something.
And it basically downcases it and makes it into a selector.
Right, right.
And then it says within.
Okay.
So you have to have it within that. You basically have to add a when, a when clause.
Well, or if I change this to like within the here.
Right, but look at the CSS selector for method. In that step, you need to actually have it cased. Like it says when navigation bar, and it changes it. Just look at the
Look at
line.
this.
Look at line 3.
Look at line 3.
Yeah.
Here. Oh, like
You need
okay. Like it has to be actually
a when.
doing it for like a set of. It's doing it only for like a subset of things.
So you could add a method.
Yeah, but that feels like that feels ridiculous. I mean, I guess that what this is doing is it's just kind of
translating between.
Translating between the descriptions there, which I'm not sure how much.
CSS.
I mean, it feels too. Well, I guess contains. I mean, like, wouldn't it be more straightforward? What we want as a default, like that, instead of that else pending, yeah. Why doesn't this just return container? Like that, yeah, and then that means by default we just, if you put the CSS in there, it just works.
I mean, yeah, you'd have to put the pound sign or whatever.
Yeah, but I'm happy to do that. Or we could have it so that it appends it. I mean, in the first instance, I'm just like
within yeah, and get rid of the quotes.
No, quotes are required, aren't they?
No.
Oh, they're not. Okay. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Well, and there it's like.
I think the reason they didn't let you just do that is because it doesn't read well as English.
Well, what about this?
Sure. And then append.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing, though, the argument, I guess, for the pending or whatever is that it immediately alerts the person when they pass in a unsupported value.
Right, but this is like
they could someone could misuse this step.
In what way?
They could pass something in that's not CSS.
Right, but then it will say that it's not found, and then they can find that out. I think the bigger problem is that this is not open for extension.
Right, I know that. Yeah. You have to add more code into that.
Right. So in the background, yeah, okay. So the rest of the things are passing, and only those two things are failing. So we've got this. I do notice that the node stuff is all much. I guess it hasn't got to be similar to Sinatra, wouldn't it? So both these, I'm kind of like saying, look, this needs to be called subscriptions, and I'm trying to drive the refactoring, through this explicitly. So, like, I could be dropping and creating controller tests, which I don't like, and we don't actually, and I haven't. We have got a charges controller spec, which I have not used, which I'm going to delete. Like so, and then for the controller, so the charges controller, in principle, this can now be refactored We can rename and we can call this the subscriptions controller. And it's not the plans controller because the subscriptions are kind of a separate entity from the plans. So then it's going to tell me there are lots of places that this will break your whole thing. Okay, dynamic references in code to file, resources, charges. It's got the YAML files, like which in principle we don't. We're using those cassettes now. What's it, what it do here? It's got like charges. Will it even update those for us? That would be nice, I guess. Class to be renamed to controller file. Okay, yeah, all right. Do the refactor. Just do it. Do it. Okay. All right, so now we have a subscriptions controller. And everything will break. There'll be chaos and wailing and gnashing of teeth.
Wow.
So those will still, okay, so now undefined method charges path. Did you mean articles path? So we've still ended up with some places that have got charges in it. So let's search in the app, find in path, charges. Okay, so we've got a series of places here that will need to be changed to subscriptions. We didn't kind of manage to deal with. And RubenMine has decided to go on holiday for me for a minute. Don't do that. That's annoying. Ready? Ready? Okay. Bye-bye, RubenMine. Obviously the doing the large scale refactoring was too much for it.
Wow.
Probably not. Well, probably just me running it continuously for like months and months is probably what's doing it. Okay. Okay. Oh, does it? Oh, that's so annoying when it does that. Will it be started, or are you just lying to me? Okay. Thank you. Okay. I mean, there's all these other things that RubenMine could be doing for us, but I just don't trust it enough. Subscription controller. Now we need to look again for finding path. Are there more charges things? Right. Okay, here. Yes, it'll end up being, I guess, quite a big pull request, but it has to be done. Okay, so that was it. Was trying to render those individual pages. Oh, we're going to have other
Subscriptions. Yep.
It's interesting that that one there is not a upgrade. I guess that. Premium plus with premium upgrade. Right. Okay. Messaging comments.
Wow.
String constants. In the coverage thing, that's irrelevant. Okay. Yeah, all right. So yeah, so those two are failing in the place that we would expect them to fail.
You want to pass it over to me, or?
Yeah. Well, I'm probably going to go for lunch soon.
Oh, I'm ready.
I just want to. I mean, I guess if I
What?
could like put clone myself and put a thing of me here that would be kind of going, yes, and then that would keep you going on it. So the changes have not been like. So I guess on all
What's
the
lunch?
chart. Say again.
So lunch is usually like an hour for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Okay, so now we've got, yeah, so we've got all these places in here which have got subscriptions. Okay, PayPal feature. Also change. What's happening there? Did I start that? Or it was only halfway through. No, the upgrade membership ones, I guess, are all working.
I don't know. I just
Go on.
I think Marion and I could work on stuff on the weekends, but
Sure.
I often don't because I feel like I'm not really sure what you want.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of like I feel like I could have a propensity to put a lot of work into features or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was rolling things out with local support,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
felt like I was doing like thorough kind of like uh work or whatever,
Yeah, yeah, I think you got a lot done.
where it was like everything, where I was really thinking about like the flow and everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if I did that with website one, you would be like, oh, well, we really shouldn't have done this way or that way or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Like you would constantly questioning my decisions.
Mm. That's very interesting that you feel that. Do you think on local support I wasn't doing that?
Not as much, no.
Hmm.
Like I also feel like with local support, we would kind of keep features open longer or whatever.
The
Whereas
pull,
with
the pull requests.
yeah, whereas with website one, we're kind of like doing things in like 2 hour segments or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Whereas I feel like we would spend like an iteration, like a sprint, like 2 weeks
Right.
or whatever.
On
Here,
a
and
bigger thing. Yes.
it would be like very thorough, kind of much more thorough kind of work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or well thought out, and like a lot of the contingencies were tested, and
Mm-hmm.
so it just feels totally different.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I've definitely part of the experience with local support is I lean towards trying to do things in smaller chunks.
Why? Because you didn't like what we were doing in local support?
Um, I think local support itself has also, I think both local support and website one have kind of become, somewhat convoluted in their code architecture.
Really, you think so?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think arguably they're a lot better than some things that are out there. I mean, we were just reviewing this company's code, and they had these enormous controllers, and so it's all relative. But I don't think that either local support or website one have achieved that kind of point where, you know, there's a kind of, it feels easy to add new functionality from my point of view.
Well, I mean, if you mean like adding features in like an hour or two.
No, I mean, adding features, you know, I mean, I think there's stuff that we have worked on website one that's taken several days to get in and so on. But in terms of like having website one kind of meet the business needs, I feel
Right.
like it's kind of, you know, I mean, it's not awful, but it's also not great.
Mhm. I mean, I will say that everything in local support we did for a client request.
Yes.
It wasn't like we just threw things in.
Oh no. But I think you can be doing everything for client requests and still end up with the, you know, the kind of the code base becoming, it's because, you know, client requests take you in certain directions. I mean, I think it's the, you know, you pointed me to the whole domain driven design thing. And I think what we, you know, particularly doing it all part-time, haven't necessarily been able to do is spend as much time kind of trying to bring the system, you know, there's this, you get these stacks of feature requests coming in, and they all push the code base in a different direction, and there's compromises that are made, which, you know, the best at the given time, but they're kind of, you know, it adds up into, you know, layers of technical debt, which, you know, needs to be paid down.
Happens. I think that happens regardless of whether you're working full time on it or not.
Oh well, it certainly can. I
mean,
think
if you're working full time at a company,
yeah. Well, if you're working full time in a company and
the manager's always interested in new features.
You're
like, what is this going to do that's new? You know. Whereas they're not too interested in, oh, this is going to do exactly what it's always done, but it's going to make my life easier, or it's gonna maybe add, maybe it's going to, you know, increase the speed of adding new features for a while.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean, I think it's not a like a full-time versus part-time thing per se, and as much as you can have, if you're working full-time and you're continually adding features and you're never paying down the technical debt or sort of like polishing the domain, then you'll end up in the same situation, but even faster and more complex. I guess what I felt on, you know, we've always been doing this all on a shoestring, and so, you know, there's this process of, you know, we kind of get something done, and then, you know, it's like, whew, we just about managed to, you know, it was overcoming and getting it done was kind of like, whoa, the main event, and then like the time that we might, I mean, the point in some ways is like, if you know, in a situation with more stable finance, then it would, you know, feel like, oh right, we can spend more time, you know, if we spend some time paying. I mean, that's the theory, right? Is if people are properly compensated, then ideally they end up feeling comfortable and saying, well, you know, we're doing this at an appropriate pace, and we're going to spend now some time paying down the debt, and we're not, you know, people are not hammering on us to say you must release these new features for the client, you know, in this time frame. Yeah,
but I think that never actually happens in reality, or happens very rarely.
Right. Although I think it's the kind of thing that Pivotal Tracker, Pivotal Labs, what they do and how they get good results is by sort of, you know, helping people in, you know, in that direction. I mean, it's an ideal to aspire to. Yeah. I mean, the more germane thing that you were saying is that, you know, you might be motivated to work on website one at the weekends, but you're feeling demotivated because you feel that I might be too critical of the things that you do, which is, you know, cautionary for me, because that's, you know, I would love you to feel motivated, you know, on doing it. And if my sort of attempts to kind of, I mean, I guess I do feel about website one in general that, you know, it had a lot of people working on it in the past, and they were all varying levels of ability, and I feel like a lot of stuff got pulled in with maybe not as much code review as there might have been, that there was an excitement to pull in as many features as possible rather than to try and keep it slim and say, You know, I think in the past the balance was on. Look, this person has worked really, you know, whatever their experience level, has worked really hard on this feature. So if we don't put it in, that's kind of, they're going to feel bad. So we should put it in, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think maybe I'm wrong in identifying that as a source of the problem. I feel like I would like the website to do less and to do fewer things better, and deliver a better end user experience to try and, you know, better support the entire, you know, undertaking. But if that then translates into demotivating people such as yourself, then that's I mean, maybe that's unrelated. Maybe it's just, you know, the things that I say in the pairing sessions that causes that. That's certainly very, very valuable feedback for me and very important food for thought. At the risk of being distracted, and I mean, I'd certainly love to hear more about that and investigate that issue further, because I'd like everybody, not just self, to feel very motivated to contribute. Got an interesting error here now that I'm not understanding, which is it's now saying no route matches put subscriptions.tansaku sipes. This is in. So it's filling in the updated card details. I wonder if this is related to. See, now it's not using VCR. It's using Stripe JavaScript, and this is in charge activity 65.
Puffing Billy, right?
Yeah, it's not using Puffing Billy either. And so this is just that I should see that. Like, I should see your card details have been successfully updated. They're kind of. I don't think there is any cache here to delete.
Can you go back to the failure? Which failure is that? Which step? And that's
it's like
the new code, right? The charge activity. Card details have been successfully updated.
So this is just a thing to check the page that it's landing on. I guess there's kind of like, when this happens, it's then trying to do a redirection.
Yeah, that must be what it is.
And then that's sort of failing. So we've got, then I fill in the updated card details. So this is submit card details for button with. So it's just trying to submit the thing that pops up. What actually? This is specifically for the user trying to change the card details. There was 2 failing at 60 and 67. So it's. Everything else is passing. We've got our 2 new stubs, and we've got here this charge activity features 60.
So how are we caching anything?
I don't think it is caching anything. It's like just trying to hit the. So it's these two. These are the 2 things that are failing.
Right.
And they're both. I think they're both failing on this point of view. Your card, like when it tries to fill in the updated card details for premium.
So did we totally get rid of all the Puffing Billy cache?
I can't say whether it's being whether it was completely deleted or not, but it should be not relying on it.
Okay.
I mean, we've just changed. I guess what we still have. I mean, I think that we probably want to remove. We've got these files that have kind of been updated with. What have we got? That weird untracked file there. Remove. What is that? How do I remove a file that's called that? Will I guess I will go and be able to see it.
Huh.
I've got it showing all. Oh, I think like it's like a tick. Okay, that's it. Okay. The things that we have. This is one that was failing. There certainly were caches related to that thing at one point. And I guess what we've got here as well is we've got
So
oh, well, I'm just going to say, viewers, King Killer Pro wants us to enable live chat. I wish we could. Come and join us in Slack. Dimitri says, hello, and what exactly are you doing? We're working on Rails. We're working on this, trying to refactor some of our Stripe things. Yeah, this is not making... And it's kind of like going to like... Oh, God, why does it do
we
that?
haven't changed the button though, right? At all.
I'm not aware of having changed any button. It's kind of... It's weird. It's like saying Tansaku Rodriguez or something on it. Got 60 on here. I mean, we could look at we've got the subscriptions controller. You know, we have upgrade. That doesn't do. Have we got a view that relates to that subscriptions view? We've got upgrade. So here, like, if you hit it and it's like, let's upgrade to Premium Plus. I know. Wait a sec. We're doing update rather than upgrade, aren't we? We're doing update, which is changing the card details. So the update, basically loading that or not loading that. And the subscriptions controller, Stripe error while updating card info, but it's not hitting that error. Then, I mean, I guess this is like, weird. What is that endpoint? It's like subscription. I guess if I've got the
The endpoint doesn't exist, right?
That's what it's saying with. I mean, it's saying here there's no route for the subscriptions.tansaku bogan. I'm not sure why it would be trying to go there.
That's what I'm
about. Yeah. While I'm loading this up, on the thing that you were talking about before, my hope has been that, like, the process of where do I know him from? My is it the process of, you know, like doing the voting and things? Like, if you did want to work on website one on the weekend, like if there was like a voted story that we had been discussed during the week, and, you know, like discussion up front. I mean, I sort of assume that you would want me to be, you know, give constructive criticism on
Right.
work that you've done over the weekend. But I guess you're saying that, yeah, it feels like I would be too critical.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's just
The feeling. I guess you're more thinking about, like, if we had started something during the week, that you'd feel like, if you were continuing over the weekend, I guess, is it? Yeah. I really want this to log in. Why is this not logging in locally? Is it going to create a new? Okay, whatever. Oh God, that's such a pain. I guess actually, but anyway, independently of that, I shouldn't get distracted by that. Well, it's actually signed me in or something. I don't need to be logged in. Are we logging in that story? It is assuming that we're logged in. Okay. And the endpoint we're going to I know we're logged in that story, but are we logged in? I'm even looking at the right thing. I am. What? Well, that's charge activity feature here. Right. Given we're logged in as a premium user. Okay, so got something here. Just to upgrade to premium. Okay, so there. Oh, the button looks nicer there. No, anyway, but oh no, that was the button. Okay, so now reload this page. The premium member, they've got upgraded premium plus. Going back to here, then we go to subscriptions. And interesting that it's given like, it's sort of assigned. But I think what's happening there, so this is the place that it's trying to go here. Somehow it's formatting the root incorrectly. Like it's going to here subscriptions dot Tansaku Bogan, and it should be like subscriptions slash Tansaku Bogan or something, which implies like so the subscriptions controller. How do we get? Oh, we've got like it's the edit page that here. So there's something about the way this is working. This subscriptions path, current user slug. I've come to this page. Okay, no, but Tansaku at Gmail. Let's do the plus stripe. So this would be the point at which we would be.
Yeah. 4242.
And then, well, I just think what I'll do is I'll just change the year. And then it's going to redirect. Oh, okay, here we go. So it's like redirected to this endpoint, which was previously working.
Was it?
Well, I mean, I don't mean subscriptions. I mean, presumably, if something else hasn't changed, like doing the thing, it would go to charges dot that. Although,
did we have a route in for that, or
I don't remember having a custom route in, but maybe we did. So let's have a look. Config routes. So we've got subscriptions upgrade via put. I mean, this seems to be like at the point at which we try and do the subscription. It like this is the oh god, what is it called? It's like the upgrade. Oh, what is it? So for upgrade, we've gone to the edit page. We've delivered this thing, which is an update card details. What have you? That as far as I know, was working when it was like this charges path.
Yeah.
And so that would be the one that we were looking at there, which is like subscriptions slash what have you edit. Like if we look at the roots, we've got the subscription path. Put is hitting, yeah. So subscription path put and then an ID
with a single S, without an S
on subscriptions. Subscription
okay,
path. Okay. We seem to have both subscriptions path and subscription path.
Yeah. Which they interestingly both have subscriptions, but
okay. So we've got here, we've added these two, and then we've got resources subscriptions. Why do we have a subscription? So we've got these two, which is subscriptions. We've then got, yeah, okay, but this is subscription charts that gets the list, and then we've got this set. This is the resource set. So that looks, well, subscriptions, PayPal path, so upgrade.
yeah, but you have subscriptions, Goth, right? It needs to be without an S, I think.
In that, or maybe, yeah, maybe.
Go to the generating
this one here
without an S, because that will actually send it to the upgrade or the edit or whatever.
Well, if we do a put and subscription path, it'll hit update,
which is what we're doing, right? We're updating the charge.
We are, yeah. Right. So here,
I'm not sure why it's with ones with an S and ones without right now, but
well, I think what we've got at the moment is we've got these two custom endpoints that have got subscriptions. I think by itself, the resource, we have subscriptions plural to represent the list, and then it becomes individual when you're talking about an individual entity.
That's CRUD, the Rails CRUD functionality.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I think that was it. Okay.
Wasted a lot of time.
Yep. Although we can say that, you know, it, like, this is the regression test. Like, you know, if we were just doing the refactoring, we didn't have the tests.
Yeah, yeah. It would just totally break production.
Yeah. So I guess the interesting thing that we've got here now is that, I mean, I'll push this all up.
Did the other two? So what do we have? We have two failing tests.
We have two failing tests there, and we have this refactoring. I mean, what we've ended up doing is, I guess one could argue that the refactoring thing itself is kind of like a standalone pull request. You know,
Sure.
It could be evaluated on its own merits and put in separately. We've got all of these. I feel like we should be able to delete all of these charge users money things on the back end.
Mom, the refrigerator isn't working.
Avoid the time-consuming.
Oh, yeah.
I was looking at an article about Trump.
Oh, yeah.
I just started playing that.
It's interesting because I could hear that. Like, for example, in the Hangouts, when I joined the Scrum before, I mean, like, I guess it's because it's in the browser. Like, I think people can't hear if I play Spotify music in the background, people don't seem to be able to hear it through the, I wonder why that is.
But you have, you actually have headset on, right?
I do have a headset on. Right. Oh, okay. So you have, like, you don't have a headset on.
No, I'm just using this speaker.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. No, then that makes sense.
You're hearing it play, and then you're hearing it come back.
Simon, when Trini said hi. Hi, Simon. Come and join us at AgileVentures.org. Find out more about what we're doing. There's like, I don't know if you saw me mention, but we've got like a much higher level of activity on watching our YouTube feeds than before. There's like one of our pair programming on website one, like from 2 weeks ago, has got like 150 views.
Really?
And they're collecting like comments. I mean, it would be. I think. Oh well, I mean, some of them are just saying hi and hi from Russia, and others say, "Oh, what are you guys doing?" Others are saying like, "You suck," and you know, it's just like, you know, the internet's wall. What would be interesting to know is if anybody who watches these would then make their way to Agile Ventures and get involved. I have no idea. There's a kind of disconnect between, like, I don't know how it is if they're just browsing, like if there's some kind of page on YouTube that's just like, you know, like stuff that's happening lately and whatever, but
maybe they're coming for a Twitter.
or maybe through Twitter. I just don't know. I don't know how to follow it. Really, what's going on? It's is it anything other than a distraction? I don't know. So certainly, like, there's other thing that I believe that when I mentioned it, there's like the Slack invites seem to be totally not working, and I kind of like invited a load of people who had obviously not received one, and we got like another 15 people joined, and several of them were saying like, "Oh yeah, I heard you on Ruby Rogues, and it was cool." And so,
weren't you on Ruby Rogues? I mean, a couple weeks ago.
I was, yes, and that may for some reason, more people may be searching for the Terminator Adventures and like it coming up in the YouTube feed or something, like YouTube search results or something. I don't know. So here, so I've deleted those, and they haven't been recreated. So that looks like we could have to get rid of those. We've got renamed and stuff with one of the, okay, yeah. So git add git commit -am. This is so. This is refactors to charges controller to subscription.
Depends on Ruby Rogue's predictions for the future at the end of your thing. What did you predict?
They do. I don't. They usually do picks where you pick cool stuff. Do you think they do predictions?
I was just saying at the end of your episode, like they have the little section by section of what they talked about at this minute, so you can just go to it.
Oh yeah, right. And then they asked me,
and it said predictions for the future.
I certainly at one point I was asked like, what are your plans for like 6 months and a year and 5 years and so on, and scaling the whole whatever. And I said, yeah, I'd like to survive the next 6 months, and I'd like to scale it so that we were supporting thousands of projects and stuff. So.
Right.
And start with failing tests or cleaner PayPal integration.
See what people are saying. Is there any feedback on this? Oh, they don't have a comment section on that. I was just saying I wanted to see what the internet said about you. Oh, they do have a comment. So apparently the internet doesn't care. 0 comments.
0 comment. How are you seeing 0 comment? Like, is there like
it's
commenting service
into Ruby Rogue's podcast?
Oh, they have like a discuss comment.
Like you can talk about it on the comments.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody has felt motivated enough to sign in
and say anything yet. No, yeah. Well, I think they're all obviously, it's all good food for thought. Okay. Well, I've pushed that up. If you want to grab that and pull it out, I definitely need to grab some food. But yeah, I'm up for a bit more pairing to see if we can kind of get this one done.
Called fetch Jordan. You take like an hour, right?
Right. So I'll see you in a bit.
Bye.
Bye for now.